afternoon, my dear children. Welcome to moral class. After long holidays, we are here, isn't it, dear children? So, study well, do your work properly. Okay? Okay, dear children. Now, all of you take your moral book and turn to page number 26. Page number 26. Have you taken? Okay, very good. Let's start. Today we are going to study a new story. The title of the story is A Challenge. Okay, a challenge. Before entering into the story, I would like to share one story from the life of Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so my dear children, turn to page number 31. Page number 31. Yes. Section D. Here they gave a story from the life of Mahatma Gandhi. So listen carefully. Okay. A mother was desperate. Her son ate too much sugar, to the point that the mother was worried about his health. She had to do something. She tried everything. Nothing worked. So here, my dear children, there is a story of a mother who was upset that her son was obsessed with eating sugar. Okay, her son was eating too much of sugar. So the mother was very upset. So look at the book. She was out of ideas except for one. Perhaps the boy's beloved ideal could help. So they went to meet Mahatma Gandhi, the boy's idea. So no matter how much she scolded him, but the boy did not obey his mother's words. So the mother planned to take her son to Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, because her son liked very much Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, the ideal personality Mahatma Gandhi. So the mother planned to take her son to Mahatma Gandhi. Okay. So look at the book. Papu, the mother said, please convince my son to stop eating so much sugar. Please tell him how unhealthy it is for him. Gandhiji looked at the mother, then at the boy. He took a moment to think. So on meeting him, the mother explained, Papu, my son needs too much sugar. It's not good for his health. Would you please advise him to stop eating it? Like that, the mother said to Gandhi. Okay? So Gandhi replied, come back in 3 days. Gandhiji said, I will talk to your son then. 3 days later, the mother and the son went back to Gandhiji. When they arrived, Gandhiji was ready with his response. He looked at the boy. Stop eating so much sugar, Gandhiji said. It's bad for your health. Read. How could he not? 1,000 requests from his mother. Turn to next page. Page number 32. 1,000 requests from his mother could not equal this one from his idea. The mother was happy but confused. She said, Papu, thank you, but why could you not have said that 3 days ago? So, my dear children, listen carefully. On meeting him, the mother explained, Papu, my son eats too much sugar. It's not good for her health. Good for his health. Would you please advise him to stop eating it? Gandhiji also listened to the women carefully, and he thought for a moment but refused to advise her son. Okay. So Gandhiji told her, go home and come back in 3 days. Okay. So being highly disappointed, the mother also went back her home. Then 3 days later, she returned with that boy. This time, Gandhiji looked directly at the boy and said in a firm voice, stop eating sugar. It is not good for your health. So the boy also obeyed Gandhiji's words. Okay. So the boy nodded and promised he would not continue with this habit any longer. Okay, dear children. So the mother asked Gandhiji, Papu, but why would you not have said that 3 days ago? So, dear children, before 3 days also itself they came, but Gandhiji did not give any suggestion, isn't it, dear children? So the mother asked Gandhi, why would you not have said that 3 days ago? So, my dear children, what do you think was Mahatma Gandhi's reply? Okay, this is your activity. So, find the answer and take a snap and send it to me. Okay, page number 32. Here on question is there. Look, what do you think was Mahatma Gandhi's reply? Underline the question. This is your activity. Okay, they also give hint. Gandhiji practiced what he preached. With the help of this hint, you can find out the answer. Okay, dear children? Okay, fine. Now let's move into the story. Turn to page number 26. A challenge. Okay, dear children, listen carefully. Come on, Tushar, just this once, Nitin said, hovering around me like an eagle swooping down on its prey. You will enjoy it. I'll tell you. I did not respond. He was holding out a lit cigarette to me. It's a challenge, Tushar, he said, tempting me, and I know you cannot resist a challenge. Challenge? Something in my head snapped. So, my dear children, the characters of the story are Tushar, Nitin, and Uncle Samosa. Okay, actually, his name is Sagir Menon, but Tushar used to call him Uncle Samosa. Okay, Uncle Samosa is Tushar's uncle. Okay, then Tushar's mother and father. The characters of the story are Tushar, Nitin, and Tushar's uncle. His name is Uncle Samosa, and Tushar's mother and Tushar's father. Okay, okay, listen. This first para, like an eagle, Nitin was hovering around Tushar. He was holding a cigarette. Okay, Nitin was holding a cigarette and asked Tushar to try it. But Tushar did not respond to Nitin's words. Okay, Nitin said, come on Tushar, just have a try. But Tushar did not accept and respond Nitin's words. Okay, but the second para. It's a challenge, Tushar, he said, tempting me. And I know you cannot resist a challenge. Challenge? Something in my head snapped. My eyes looked at the building across the road where my uncle used to work. Used to work, yes. He had been alive then. Not just alive, but brimming with life. He was on the wrong side of 40, as he would say jokingly. But you would not have been able to guess that until he told you that himself. So, dear children, here Nitin said it's a challenge. Just try. Okay. He was holding a cigarette and Nitin asked Tushar to try it. But Tushar did not respond and accept Nitin's challenge. Okay. So Nitin said, it is a challenge, just to try. So on hearing the word challenge, Tushar can remember his uncle. Okay. And suddenly his eyes looked at the building where his uncle used to work. Then Nitin asked, used to work? Yes, now his uncle is no more. When he was alive at that time, he worked here. Like that, Tushar said to him. Okay, dear children? Look, page number 27, first para. My uncle's name was Zahir Menon. He was a businessman and had a small garment export agency. All his friends called him Zagir, but his A-shaped triangular body with its big paunch reminded me so much of his Zamoza that I had named him Uncle Zamoza. So now Tushar started to tell about his uncle. His uncle name was Zahir Menon. Okay, dear children? He was a businessman and also he had a small government agency. Okay. Usually all of his friends called him Zahir, but Tushar used to call him Uncle Samosa. You know why he was called his uncle like that? Yeah, he has a A-shaped triangular body that reminded Tushar a samosa, so that he used to call Uncle Samosa. Okay, dear children? Look page number 28. Look page number 28. Turn to next page. They gave one picture of Uncle Samosa. See, he has A-shaped and triangular body that remind Tushar a samosa. That's why he called him Uncle Samosa. Okay, dear children. Okay, turn page number 26. Second para. I could talk to Uncle Samosa about anything under the sun. I would tell him about the petty quarrels with my classmate, a scolding from an older person, the star I got for English, the way someone sneakily tripped me in a game of football, the medal I got for being the best athlete in school, and he always enjoyed listening to my stories. Uncle Samosa could make the most dry and boring topics like the laws of motion, gerunds and participles, and baseless and Spirogyra, Siemens interesting as Arnold's Schwarzenegger's movies. Okay, dear children, here if anything happens in his life, if anything happens in Tushar's life, he used to share with his uncle. Okay, that is, he used to tell about his classmates, and once upon a time he got scolded from older person, that also he shared with his uncle. So like every story he used to share with his uncle Samosa. Okay, and also Tushar's favorite game is football. Once upon a time he was a best athlete in school. So on hearing these news, Uncle Samosa also enjoyed to listen Tushar. Okay. On the other hand, Uncle Samosa also used to share some stories with Tushar, that is law of motion, gerunds, participles, etc. Okay, but Tushar did not very much interested with these topics. Everything based upon education, isn't it, dear children? So Tushar did not very much interested with these topics. That's why he said Uncle Samosa used to share some boring stories. Then look at the book. Challenging each other was a game between us. Bet you can't climb the tree, I would challenge. Bet I can, he would reply. And he would. Bet you can't race from here to that tree in 10 seconds, Tush, he would say. Bet I can, uncle. And I would. You and your challenges. My father would laugh at us, shaking his head. When will this brother of mine grow up? He would add, slapping Uncle Samosa on the back. My mother often raised her eyebrows heavenwards and laughed. I feel I'm bringing up not one but two sons. I was a keen athlete. I dreamed of being Usain Bolt one day. Build as many castles in the air as you want, Uncle Samosa would tell me. But trust, beta, you must build the strongest foundation for your dreams. Otherwise, they will be like the... Turn to next page, dear children. Page number 28. Otherwise, they will be like the sandcastles you make on the beach that get washed away by the next tide. To make challenge, Tushar asked his uncle, but can't you climb the tree? Like that, they both make a challenge. On seeing both of them, Tushar's father would laugh. His mother also feel happy with seeing them. Okay, and his uncle would talk about the importance of dedication, commitment, and determination with Tushar. Okay, he would ask Tushar to keep himself fit and healthy. Okay, he also talks about success, failure, and challenges with Tushar. Okay, dear children. So next, page number 28, third para. One evening, when I got back from my coaching class, I found the house unusually quiet. My mother gave me a glass of milk and a sandwich. I switched on the computer to watch the rest of a movie I had started watching the day before. I wondered why Daddy and Uncle Zamuza were talking so long to get back from work. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder. Uncle Zamuza, I turned around with a smile. Tush, it was my mother. There is bad news. Zahir has taken ill. What's wrong? I asked. Well, he said, I should tell you the truth, Mummy said, sitting down next to me. He has lung cancer at advanced stage. He has been coughing a lot these past few weeks. And I insisted that he should see a doctor. So, dear children, one evening when Tushar came back from his coaching class, his mother gave him a glass of milk and sandwich. But he searched his uncle and father, but they were not in home. Suddenly, Tushar felt a hand on his shoulder. He exclaimed, Uncle Zamuza. Okay, dear children? But when he turned around, but instead his mother stood there. Okay. She thought that it was his uncle, but instead his mother stood there. She explained to Tushar that his uncle suffering from lung cancer. The mother cried that Zahir, that is Uncle Zamuza, has been coughing all week, and she just suggests uncle to visit the doctor. Okay. So now see page number 29. Turn to next page, page number 29. Can I see him now? I asked. Tomorrow, we will go tomorrow, my mother replied. I went to my room and kicked myself for having been so careless. Why had not I noticed it? Uncle Zamuza always had a cigarette ready to put between his lips. But I had accepted that as a part of him. He had inhaled poisonous smoke and I had let him do that. When you love someone very much, you sometimes don't see their fault. If only I had known it would lead to this. Why, I would have only had to challenge him. Bet you cannot give up smoking, uncle. I would have said, bet I can, he would have replied. And things would have been fine. As time went by, uncle's condition deteriorated. From bad to worse, and then worse to worst. The best doctors, the best possible treatment, nothing would fight the disease that had spread. I watched my uncle grow as thin as a stick. Call me Uncle Breadstick now, not Samosa. He joked once when I visited him at the hospital, but I saw the pain in his eyes. One evening, as I was hugging him goodbye, he told me, Tush, about challenges. There will be many in your life. The ones you accept will either make you or break you. Dear children, now Tushar was extremely upset because he did not stop his uncle from smoking, isn't it, dear children? So Tushar was very upset. Time went by. Saki's condition worsened. The doctor tried their best but could not stop the disease from spreading. Okay, and he became thin as a stick. One day, Tushar visited his uncle at the hospital. Uncle Samosa joked that Tushar, you should call him as Uncle Breadstick, okay, not Zamosa. And also he talked about the challenges. Okay, there will be many in your life. So dear children, the ones you accept will either make you or break you. So you have to choose the right ones. Okay, but never accept a challenge which you would lose even when you win. Like that Uncle Zamosa said to Tushar. Okay. Then turn to page number 30. I was puzzled. What did he mean? I wanted to ask, but the nurse asked me leave. Visiting hours were over. Now Tushar was puzzled, but he wanted to ask his uncle, but the visiting hours were over, so Tushar left from the hospital. That was the last time I saw Uncle Samosa alive, but I remembered his words. Come on, Tushar, would you accept my challenge? Nitin's voice tore through my thoughts. I stared at him. I looked up at him, straight into his eyes. No thanks, Nitin, I told him. No cigarette for me. Hey, but you always do things when challenged. Nitin was puzzled. Not always, I replied, not when it's a challenge which I would lose both ways, and I would lose more than I would win. Bet you can't do it. Nitin made a last try. Bet I can't, Nitin, I said quietly, and it did not matter to me that I had not accepted this challenge. So, dear children, now back in time, Nitin asked Tushar to accept a challenge which is smoke a cigarette. Okay, when Tushar denied Nitin's challenge and said no, Nitin was puzzled because Tushar accept all challenges, but why he did not accept this one? Nitin was puzzled. Then Tushar replied he won't accept those challenges where he would lose more, he would win. Okay, dear children, I hope you understood the story. So, my dear children, in your life also there will be many challenges. The ones you accept will either make you or break you. So, you have to choose the right ones. Okay, dear children? So, now all of you take page number 30, read and write. A. Tick the correct answer. First one, Tushar and Uncle Samosa. Option A, got along very well. Option B, did not like each other. Option C, hardly spoke to each other. What's the correct answer? Yes, the answer is A, got along very well. Second one, Uncle Samosa wanted Tushar to. Option A, grow up quickly. Option B, drop out of school and concentrate on athletics. Option C, make correct choice in life. Yes, the correct answer is C, make correct choice in life. Then third one, what do you feel about Tushar's decision of not accepting Nitin's challenge? Option A, he should have accepted the challenge. Option B, he did the right thing. Option C, he should have thought about it for some time. What's the correct answer, dear children? Yes, the correct answer is option B. He did the right thing. B. Answer these questions. Answer for these questions I'll send through WhatsApp. Write neatly in your moral notebook. After writing, study these 4 questions. Okay, dear children? Then look here, page number 31. Think and do. C. Complete the sentence. Choose the correct option from the brackets. This is your home assignment. Okay, after completing this one, take a snap and send it to me. Okay, dear children? If you have any doubt, please contact me. Okay, dear children? Okay, hope you understood the story. We will meet you in the next class. Thank you.